When my co-founder John and I started Datanomix, it was about making monitoring easy and accessible for the everyday machine shop. Monitoring is not supposed to be hard. Monitoring is not supposed to be another full-time job for manufacturing people. It's supposed to be a tool that when you pay for, it does the job that you signed up to get from it. That's understanding how's your shop really performing, what are your real cycle times, what do you need to run better to make more money, what should you be paying attention to as the day unfolds, and none of that should require any work on your part whatsoever. So we're here at the Arch Medical Facility in Seabrook, New Hampshire, which I think was the first Arch Medical facility that we ended up installing in as Datanomix. And Arch, I think as a lot of people know, is a very sophisticated entity, multiple sites all over the country, multiple divisions in terms of medical components and cutting tools and other avenues. And when we first met with Craig and Nick here at Arch Seabrook, they already had a monitoring system in place, but they weren't quite getting what they were looking for out of that system.
Hello, my name is Greg McHale. I'm the Director of Engineering and Implants here at Arch Medical Solutions Seabrook. So one of the things that we really love about Datanomix is the ease at what we can get the data. It's right there kind of staring us in the face in the morning. We're not going through anything digging. The supervisors that are using the data, it just shows up at their daily coffee cup report. They can look at it, get a quick overview of what the day was before. It's also tracking job performance, which is really important for us on the quoting side of things as well. So if we're quoting a similar product, we know what the historical averages are and everything, right? So instead of saying, oh, this feels like a 15-minute part, we know it's a 14-minute and 30-second part, and we can plan accordingly.
Our strategy is no operator input. It's our job to analyze the data and to make that meaningful to you. For some people that works and for some people that doesn't. But for folks like Craig and Nick at Arch who had a system like that in place and couldn't keep up with the operator input, couldn't close the loop on their jobs to make the data make sense, they needed something that was an additional lift on their behalf, additional leverage from the data that they were collecting that would help them understand those operations better. And it's through relationships like that where we meet customers that share that philosophy, that expect more from their monitoring system, that we then continue to incorporate the best practices, the methodologies, and the thoughts that we learn from the experts like Craig and like Nick on the shop floor that makes Datanomix better every single day.
So historically we were using what our job routers would say or something like that, which could have some inaccuracies in it. I'd say our quoting probably got about 10 to 15% more accurate for parts that we have Datanomix data on. Because we're capturing everything. Not only are we capturing the machine runtime, but we're also capturing our throughput, which at the end of the day is what's the most important thing to us.
I mean, when they came in and we demoed their software, it was like a day transition, and they got a couple machines hooked up for us, and we had data at the end of the day enough to look at and go, wow, this is exactly what we kind of were looking for.
One of the great things about Datanomix is it's capturing our alarms as well. So a lot of time we're running these things unattended without anybody here. Most of the supervisors or leads will have a Datanomix screen up on their computer, and they'll be able to see when an alarm happens. So whether it be a tool broke, or a pallet changer needs more parts, or any other kind of thing that can happen while we're manufacturing, that really gives us the ability to kind of jump on and solve the issue right away.
When you go to our website, you'll see that the tagline is Automated Production Intelligence. We don't call ourselves monitoring because monitoring is passive. Intelligence is active. Intelligence is something that can only happen as the result of learning and a system that is doing things on your behalf. Automated is because we don't require any work on your part. We are the leaders in this concept of no operator input required as part of your monitoring activity. So when you see us talk about ourselves as automated production intelligence, it's because we're not just something that we're trying to hang off your machines and tell you whether they're running or not. We're actually trying to tell you how your jobs and your business are performing so that in a quick glance you can figure out what needs to be made better right now.
So with all the programming that I have to do, it's been a huge benefit having Datanomix with the savings and time that we get with how fast we get data.
We just want to see how we're performing and how we can get better at the end of the day. The guys know that. Sometimes there'll even be little competitions within the group to see who can do better, but it's all in fun, right? At the end of the day, we just want to make sure that we're making the parts that we need to make with the best quality and delivery, and this all helps us do that.